You ever walk through a mall or a street and see a girl who's so pretty it actually makes you feel kind of sick? Not because she's hot, but because she looks like almost manufactured, like she's made of glass? Yeah, that was Sari. But she didn't start that way. Back then, Sari was just another girl in Jakarta living in a room the size of a closet. She was trying to be a model, but her skin was too dull and her nose was too wide, and she was basically invisible. And in a city of 10 million people, being invisible is a death sentence. But this all isn't going to be the same anymore. So, she's at this late night food stall, just staring at her phone, and this lady sits down next to her. This lady is glowing. I'm not kidding. Like, her skin looks like it has a light bulb under it. She doesn't even look at Sari. She just says, "You want the world to stop when you walk into a room? Go to the red door in the north. Ask for the old man. Tell him you're ready to be a house." Ready to be a house? What does that mean? But this question didn't even cross the mind of Sari. She didn't even ask what a house meant. She just went for it. She finds the shack. It's built over the water, smelling like salt and old cigarettes. The shaman, this old dukun, is sitting there. He doesn't look like a wizard. He looks like a guy who's seen too much, you know what I'm saying? He tells her, "I'm gonna put 42 gold needles in you. But you gotta remember, the gold is just a bridge. Spirits are gonna cross it. They'll give you beauty, but they're gonna live in the rooms you aren't using." Sari thinks he's just talking in metaphors. She's like, "Yeah, whatever, make me pretty." At this point, she lies down and she feels it. Like, legitimately feels it. 42 chills sliding into her skin. Her face, her neck, her chest. She walks out of there, and by the next morning, she's a superstar. She's the face of every brand. She's basically a goddess. 2 years later, Sari is at the peak. She's at this massive outdoor party, and she's laughing, showing off, but she walks right under a yellow funeral flag. Everything stops. Her heart doesn't just fail. It feels like it's being squeezed by a cold hand. She drops dead right into the grass. Heart attack at 25. Everyone's screaming, calling the police, but Sari, she's still in there. She's alive in her body, but basically dead. She's trapped in her own body while they zip her into a bag. She can feel the old metal of the morgue table. But she starts to realize she's not alone in the house anymore. The doctor in the morgue is getting ready to start the autopsy. He leans in, then he freezes. There's a sound coming from inside Sari's ribs. It starts as low, wet growl like a dog with rabies trapped in a cage. Then a sharp hiss like a snake, vibrating right out of her dead mouth. The doctor backs away. But then, Sari's chest starts to jump. A roar, a literal tiger's roar, I'm not even kidding, tears out of her throat. But her vocal cords aren't even moving. It's a zoo in there. All 42 spirits she invited in for that beauty. They're realizing the house is falling down, and they're losing their minds trying to get out. Everybody's scared. The doctor is terrified. He commands his assistant to find out the reason what this all about. And assistant somehow got the information about the old man who started this all. He gets to that shack. The red door is swinging in the wind. He walks in, and he sees that shaman sitting in his chair. He's got a cigarette in his hand, just staring at the wall. Then the assistant taps his shoulder, and the shaman just deflates like a popped balloon. The old man had been dead for days, but he was not just dead, he was hollow. Whatever spirits he had been putting into those needles, they got hungry. They had eaten his heart, his lungs, his stomach. Every single organ was just gone. He was just shell of a skin. Back at the morgue, Sari's dead hand grabs the doctor's wrist. Her mouth opens, and instead of a roar, she speaks with the voices of 100 animals at once. The old man was just the appetizer. You're the main course. So yeah, next time you see a girl who looks little too perfect, don't get too close.